Good day everyone, my name is Said Salaudin. Welcome back to our YouTube channel. In the last episode, we talked about you as the first value. We let us realize that the first value and the most greatest and the most beautiful value on earth is firstly you. So in this episode, we are going to talk about another topic in mathematics of human development. Why it is mathematics of human development? It is because we are using relational concept of math to talk about things in reality. That is why we create mathematics of human development. To the topic of today, we are going to let us know the futures of the great ones, like the quality of the great ones, what make them achieve what they have achieved, and what make them special, why they are unique, why they make a big difference on earth. That is going to be the topic of today. We want to talk about a futures of them, just the futures which is coming from value. Now the topic is that to be number one, you have to be odd. What is the meaning of this? In the first episode, we talk about different type of value. We talk about odd value. And odd value starts with 1. So in mathematics, odd value starts with 1. But in reality, we are giving you that to be number 1, you have to be odd. Now, what is odd? Odd is a state of being different. It's a state of being uncommon, unusual, unfamiliar, being an exceptional or an extraordinary. That is the meaning of odd. So being different is great. Being different is great. Now, what is the meaning of different? We have two types of difference. We are not talking about differences in color, or in language, or in tribe, in tradition, in political beliefs, in religion beliefs, or social beliefs. We are not talking about that differences. We are talking about differences in your impact. How you can make a big difference. How you can make an impact. That is what we are talking about. Before you can make an impact, you have to firstly celebrate yourself, and whatever you are doing, believe it. Even if you are the only one doing it. If you are the only one doing it. Initially, everything will be like people are not supporting it. People are not supporting. But when you keep doing it, and you keep improving the products, everything will be fine. You know, there is no marketing without value. Whatever you are doing, before you can market it, there will be value in it. The value is that when we compare it with others' products, when we take your own product and we compare it with other products, your own must be times 5 better than their own. Your own must be special. It must be distinct. It must be unique. That is what we call odd. So to be number 1, you have to be odd. Now, how can you be odd? You can be odd when you know or you have the understanding of difference. And when you know how to make big difference, that is when you can be odd. How can we make big difference? Now, to the first way of making big difference, let us use a mathematical number to divine it. You as yourself, imagine you are 10 and the other value, maybe someone's value is 12. When you now subtract your own value from that other value. That is 2. When you look at 2, 2 is still a value, but it's not that big compared to you subtracting maybe 2 value and you get 100. What am I saying? What I'm saying is that whatever you are doing, you can rate it in percentage. Whatever you are doing, let us say you give yourself 65%. And you now pick someone which is your role model, what he is doing related to your own. If you give him or her a percentage, maybe 90%, if you find the difference, you will know the gap he or she is using to beat you. That is what you will cover for you to be a greater value. Now, as a leader, how can you use this? There will be some activities or some way people are using to change the life of their society in some places. You know, every place is different from where you are, where you are living. When you travel and you move out of where you are living to another place, there's going to be some difference in it. There's going to be some things they have created in that place that is different from where you are coming from. So when you now bring the things to your location in a new form, when you make it in new formation, in such a way that it is totally different from what you have, from the idea you have got from someone, that is how the results will be more valuable to people. Whatever you are doing, to be number one, you have to be hot. Hot means you have realized, you have fully realized your self-worth, and you are not ashamed of what you are doing that is unclear to people. You know, when you have a goal, and the goal is simple or is straightforward, people will not count it. But when you have a goal and people tell you you can't achieve it, that means the goal is somehow big and it's worth fighting for. That is a type of goal that will make you different. Initially, people must not just follow their idea, because the idea will be like you traveling and the destination is unknown to them. You know, when you tell someone like, follow me to this place, but you don't tell him or her where you are going, they will be like, don't let me follow this person. That is you and your goal with other people. When you have a goal like a vision, something you want to achieve, all your followers will not know it. They can't see it as you are picturing it. They will not know it. They will be like, what is this thing she's trying to achieve? But you yourself just know how to work with different type of people. That is the last episode we talked about. When you value yourself, you value the differences in others. And when you value the differences in others, you will be able to cherish them and celebrate their differences and work together with them. When you work together with them to achieve a common goal, you will be able to make it a reality by then. But if you don't cherish the differences in your employees, you can't make an impact with the business you are running. All your workers, even the cleaners, no matter how low they are in their financial state, Even if you are their boss, it doesn't mean you still have to cherish their differences. You will be that is you will know how to celebrate their differences and work with them as a team for you to achieve your own goal. They might not support you initially. It is not their fault. It is because they are unable to see it as you saw it. Because it doesn't easy for someone to follow up with something you don't know. It doesn't easy. So all the great ones we have, people like Nelson Mandela, those are the great leaders we have in Africa. And those, the great inventor we have, the great ones, they are the ones that make big difference by being odd. Initially, they are different from people. Their behaviors, their communication, how they lead, how they follow, how their lifestyle is different. And because of these differences, they are able to celebrate the differences in others also. All the great ones, they are able to create a team and achieve a common goal and form a set of related members. That is how they make a big difference. You alone cannot do it. You can't make it possible. You can't make everything possible by yourself alone. You need some people to help you, some people to be there for you. But all these people, they will not be like you. They will be different from you. But as you are different, know that every other people is also different. So when you know this and you feel good about it, you will be able to celebrate it and welcome it into your working zone. You will welcome it into your life. Like, people are different. Let me cherish it. Let me just accept it as a normal thing, as a normality. Let us work together to achieve the goal. The goal must be your target. It's not about what they are doing. Like, because to be hot, you yourself, you must be different for you to be hot, to be great, to achieve great things. You have to be different. You see, differentiation is the beauty of everything God's created. Because if you look at God's creation, you will see that in animal, we have what is called classification based on their feeding. We have carnivorous animal, we have omnivorous animal, and we have herbivorous animal. Those are the differences we are talking about. Fighting differences is what causes war in society, in nation. When you, as an Igbo guy, you are fighting my differences because I'm a Yoruba guy, you will cause a war like that. You have to celebrate the differences, because in animal, we have the differences. Some animal feed on plants, some feed on flesh, some feed on both plants and flesh. Even in animal, we have ruminant animal, we have non-ruminant animal. We have different type of animal. We have wild animal, we have domestic animal. These are the things we don't have control about. They are the things created by the invisible God. You can see that they are different, but still they are living in the same forest, and everything is going fine. Looking into the plants, we have different type of plants. We have living things. Looking into things generally, we have different type of things. We have living things, we have non-living things. In living things, we have plant and animal. In plants, there are different type of plants. When you classify them, we have annual plants, we have perennial plants, we have all this type. We have flowering plants, we have non-flowering plants. We have monocotyledon, dicotyledon, all those ones. There are differences in plants. And the plants, they are still growing. The plantation are still growing. Have you ever heard about fights in plants? It's not possible. They can't fight each other. They are growing. Everything is going fine. But in human life, we truncate the development of the society by fighting against our differences. Some will be saying, you are a Muslim, I'm a Christian, we don't used to work, we can't work together. That is not the point. It is just an excuse for you not taking action. Because you are in this place, I'm living in that place. It doesn't mean we can't create a better world together. We can make an impact by that. But when you celebrate the differences, that is one of the requirements for you making a big difference, a big impact. You have to firstly celebrate the differences. In location, we have different states, we have different countries, we have different nations, we have different continents, we have Africa. You see, as African life matters, American life also matters, Australian life also matters. People across the continents, their life matter. Nobody is special unless you value yourself and you value others. Because nobody cares about who you are unless they know how much you care about them. So before you can think of making a global impact, you must be able to celebrate the differences we are having across the globe. You see, we are having many languages, many communication ways. So, because they are speaking Arabic, I am speaking English, it doesn't mean we should be an enemy of each other. That is not the point. Because we are different, you must feel good about it. You must cherish that. You must celebrate that. So when you celebrate the differences, that means you yourself, you will work together with someone different from you, and you'll be doing things fine, everything will be going fine, and you'll be making a big impact. Because when you want to make an impact, you alone cannot do it. And you alone cannot do it. So since you alone cannot do it, the other ones that will do it for you or that will help you in doing it, they will be different from you. So since they are different, what can you do in such a way that they will be thinking like you and they will work with you to achieve the goal? The only thing you can do is for you to celebrate their differences, to welcome them into your life. Think of them as yourself. Value them as such like you value yourself. That is when we can create a better nation. There's no better tomorrow for Nigeria if we keep fighting ourselves. If the Fulani, if they are fighting the Hausa man, or the Hausa man is fighting Yoruba man, or the Yoruba man is fighting Igbo man, there is no better tomorrow. If we are having religion crisis, there can be better tomorrow. If we are fighting our differences, there can be better tomorrow. Being different is great because differences bring innovation. When we are thinking the same way, we can't bring anything new from that. Differentiation is the source of everything we are creating. People are making new things every day. It is because we have different thinking. That is why we have critical thinkers and we have problem-solving people that always look into the problems and they see it as an opportunity to create more new products. They don't see problem as a challenge. They see it as an opportunity to create a better product, something more better than what we have been using before. So, as human being, you being different doesn't make you a victim. It doesn't make you a victim. When you are different and you are targeted that difference into a goal, you are using it to work on a goal, the results will be great compared to that of others. So, if you want to create anything, you have to have it with you. You can only create what you have. When you want to create a flying motor, for instance, you must have the idea on your head. When we are trying to create mathematics, when we are trying to research on mathematics of human development, we have already have the impact it's going to make on human being. We have already know it to some extent. We know that by this, we are going to help the community. We are going to develop the community. And when the community is developed, the society will be okay. The people, the relation, the interaction will be going fine. And everything will be moving. So there will be progress in the states. And when there is progress in the states, there is going to be a better nation. That is what we have as our goal for what we are doing. This might be what makes us different. I don't know. But what I know is that I love mathematics. But with my love of mathematics, I want to make a big difference. So that is the highest value. What is the meaning of this? What is the highest value? When you know that you are different and you want to make a big difference with your different future, that is going to be the rocket that will propel your idea to the real world, and what you are trying to imagine will come to reality. You see, when they want to bring the invention of iPhone, that is 2007, when they want to propose the idea like this is first version of iPhone, it is unbelievable then, because they are different. From the functionality is different compared to other phones. The functionality, everything is different compared to other phones. So this differentiation, it creates a value for it, and the demand is very high. So when you want to make any innovation, you have to make sure that you understand the problem people are facing with the previous one they are using. When you understand the nature of the problem they are facing with the previous one, you will now research on how you can create more valuable ones that will be different from that one, that will be of big difference from that one, in such a way that when you present it to them, they will be glad to have it and to use it. That is how we create new products. That is how we create new products. In anything we are using, people cherish what is very simple and straightforward to use. You see, when we start using gas, people like it because of the benefits. When there is introduction of all this water bed, people cherish it because of the differences they have from previous bed they have been using to sleep. So when you want to create an impact, you must firstly understand the nature of the problem they are facing in such a way that you will solve it and totally eliminate the problem for them. You see, what we are doing is first of its kind in the universe. There's no place they are talking about mathematics of human development. But because we as a team, we finished from a university for community development, we have researched on how we can use our bachelor degree in mathematics, in pure and applied mathematics, to bring something motivation to people so that they can live a better life and think critically, to have this analytical thinking, to have this problem-solving thinking in such a way that they will not think of mathematics as a problem to be solved. They will think of math as a solution to their daily problem. So being different is great. Is the requirement for you to achieve any great goal, for you to make a big impact. You have to be different. You have to know that what you are doing that make you different is valuable. So the mistake you can never make is for you to feel like you want to be common, you want to be a common guy, you want to be like others. Don't do that. And don't fight against the differences in people. We have talked about the differences we have in plants and in animal. So don't fight against it. It's not possible for you to do that one. But in human being, we have differences in our behavior. We have it in our character, in our attitude. We have it. We have differences in performance. When you are in class, some people will be performing at the very high rate. They will be best students. Some will be at a very low rate. They will be performing very worst. But it doesn't mean that they are not living. They are still living life, and they can still make an impact in another aspect different from academics. So celebrate the differences in others. Don't fight against any differences. After you have celebrated the differences in yourself, after you have created self-love for yourself, celebrate the differences in others and work together, create a set. We have sets in mathematics, and the meaning of sets is the combination or the collection of related items. That is the meaning of sets. So in reality, it is totally the same. There's no difference. When you create a set for yourself, that is a collection or the group of a related people that value their differences. When you create a team of that set, you will achieve your goal and you will make a big difference. The truth is that you alone cannot do it. You alone cannot do it. A value cannot make 1,000. A value cannot make a millions. A value cannot make a billions. There must be a combination of that value with some other value. Even if the value doesn't make any big difference. Because your combination with is zero, multiple is zero, is going to make you a big value. When you have one and you keep 0, 0, 0, 0, you can generate billions from that. But you alone, a value cannot make a billion. That is why a tree cannot make a forest. So you alone cannot achieve the goal. That is the truth. You just have to be different from other people. Because most people used to fight against differences. They used to be like, why are you doing it like this? They used to fight against differences in others. Why are you behaving like this? Why are you like this? That is the usual behaviors of leaders. But if you want to be a different leader, you have to work with them, celebrate them, give them more orientation, let them have more understanding. It might be because of their limited knowledge about what they are doing. That is why they keep doing it. When you give them more orientation and you share to them your own perspective on the idea, they can change, and together you create a better tomorrow. So being odd is great. For you to be a great individual, you can't be a common guy. For you to be a great individual, you can't be a common guy. You must be different in your level of courage. You must be different in your persistence, in the time you are spending on your work. When others are spending 10 hours on their work, you can be spending 20 hours, almost the whole day on your work. Being different is what will create a value for you and what will make you a great one. You can't be doing things just like others, and expect me to think of it as, or to buy your product. When you produce something just like others, it doesn't make any difference. It doesn't make any value by then. But when you make a difference, when you produce something that is totally different from others, that is when we are going to, that is when you can market your product and people will be very glad to have it. So being different is great and is the highest value. In our previous feed episodes, we have talked about the least value to be zero. Because zero is the foundation, is the starting point. We have talked about the average value. We have talked about the opposite value. That is the second episode. We said the title is An Enemy Called Average. That is where we talk about the relational concepts between the common value, which is average, and the opposite value, which is enemy. In the first episode, we talked about value, but in this episode, we are talking about the highest value. And the highest value is odd. So to be number one, you have to be odd. I don't care, maybe you look from mathematical perspective or you look from the reality. I just know that for you to be number one, you have to be odd. If you look from your lenses of mathematics, odd number starts with 1. And if you look from the reality, great ones, they are always odd. They are always weird. They are different. They are different. They are exceptional. They are always extraordinary. They don't do things. They don't familiarize themselves with people. They create the connection with the related energy, with the positive ones. They create the connection. So these people, they are uncommon. They are unusual. When you see them, how they behave, how they walk, how they talk, everything, it is always distinct, always unique when you see them. This is the differentiation we are talking about. So you yourself, you have to know that you have to be different. You don't need to don't mingle. Don't just be part of others. Don't be like a common guy. Don't just do things to fill the expectation of others. Do things in such a way that you are doing it because of your goal, and because of that you are creating a differences. You don't need to know that you are creating differences. Just know that you are doing all this to achieve the goal. And when you are doing something to achieve the goal, you will be connecting with people. You will be connecting with different elements. As you are connecting with different elements, you must be interested in their life. Because when you are not interested in their life, that means you are still a common people. Common people are not always interested in your life. But the uncommon one, different one, they will be interested. They will think of how we can work together, how they can create a relation to achieve a goal. A tree doesn't make a forest, and a value cannot make a billion. A value cannot make a trillion. There must be an addition of that value with some other values. Thank you.